what are their raw, real, unfiltered thoughts and feelings about you. 4 piles before you, 4 different decks, 4 different readings, some of which took me completely by surprise. So I'm excited to put this out there to learn who resonated with what. First, we're going to dive into the overall energy between you. Then we're going to separate the overall reading into 2 different players, one of which is you, person A and or person B. Then we dive into their thoughts and feelings and anything else that is questioned and comes up along the way. I do hope that this reading finds those that it's meant to benefit. Please understand that this is raw, real, and unfiltered. So there are some things that maybe you're not going to be wanting to hear, okay? At the end of the day, if you want something precise and concise just for you, canonwitchery.com is the only place you can book with me. Trust your gut. We got pile 1 with the Truth Tarot, pile 2 with Klimt Tarot, pile 3 with the Surrealist Tarot, and pile 4, whoop, that was in reverse this entire time, my bad, with the Fountain Tarot. Pick your poison. I'll see you all on the other side. Peace. Pile 1, what's up? What it do? If you chose the Truth Tarot, you are absolutely in the right place. I hope you don't mind the wind hella blowing. It really matches with the vibes. I got a question for you, pile 1, and it's one that I hadn't asked any other deck. Bear with me. Why are you here? Why did you click on this particular video with this particular person in mind? I'm thoroughly curious. Now, I'm not expecting an answer in the comments or anything even at all. It's just, here's the thing, right? For whatever reason, this entire reading, all of the piles had been very intuitively led, and your pile was actually the last one that I have read. And I took about 2 to 3 days, I think it was like almost like 3 days between you and the last pile that I had read. It's giving nice guys slash girls slash they them finish last, but after an upgrade, after you carrying on with your life, you are not one pile 1. From what I am picking up, and if this is not resonating with you, perhaps it's not necessarily your pile, but we got a lot to get into, so like, I'm gonna bite my tongue. Listen, this isn't a connection that I am sensing is one that you had given too much thought about, and it's not to say that you don't care, or maybe they are on your mind, but so much less now. It's like this just kind of hit you out of sideways, like out of nowhere. All of a sudden, this person came up, a story about them, a question about them. Maybe it was just Mercury retrograde at the point of me recording this. Maybe they just showed up literally out of the blue, messaged you, hey, what are you doing? What? You know, I think that this is a connection that I will be tapping into here, okay? Of course, on a very collective level, so only ever take what is for you, leave the rest for another. If you want something precise and concise, canonwitchery.com is the only place you could ever book with me, all right? This isn't... You know what? Let's just dive in. When I was shuffling and preparing all of the decks that we're going to be using for your reading today, this particular card wanted to be on the table, so I'm just full disclosuring that it is a return receipt. So it further just adds to the downloads, the continuous downloads here, right? That this is something, someone from the past, something, oh, the call to, this was actually in the wrong way. We'll see if that card comes up again. Sometimes that does happen if it's important. Oh, okay, I think it was important. Did it flip itself? Interesting. Yeah, see, it's like, we got Denny's, the night owl. This flipped in reverse. We're gonna keep it at that. Ooh, boom. Yes, okay. And this one, I was told bottom. Okay. Let's zoom in. Why is the lighting so dark on you? I swear I got all of these lights and stuff on you too. And if I like turn my computer on, that did nothing. All right, well, it is what it is. I think doom, gloom, darkness is also kind of like your vibe here, pile one. I don't know. Or maybe you want to just like go into like your own little hut rut. I don't know. You want to hide from this person. That is for sure. I'm not feeling anything too positive. If you were like in a relationship with this person, if you, dare I say, even want a connection with this person, this reading is not for you. I think the current energy between y'all, I am going to pull more. But as it stands right here and right now, what I'm picking up is someone that had been neglected, deserted, had, I want to say almost like the cutoff was quite drastic. Like this taser feels like oof, like, and or them coming back or like something. I don't know. Again, this is not a connection that is like its typical love reading. I think this is a situationship or maybe like an ex or like something or other, and it stung. Maybe it was brief, maybe it was long. That detail will vary with everyone in here. But neglect, there's a reason why it feels like a punch to the gut when you hear this person, see this person for whatever personal reason. Someone had felt left out for quite some time. I feel like this is a person who you've spent a lot of nights trying to figure out, and or them trying to figure you out. Okay, we're going to cut this up between person A and person B too, because like what a storyline. But see, we got the pothole, we got this beautiful physique in reverse, right? It's like that neglect. Look at this rent-controlled apartment that is also battered down. No matter how much time has passed, I want to say that this person seemingly has not changed, but now the damage is so visible that it's actually inconveniencing all of these other people around them, right? Like, you got packages all up, lined up at the door, right? Like, say you're in like a hallway, which, I mean, granted your stuff is getting stolen, but like, granted you're in like a hallway of like an apartment, right? Like, how annoying is it that like you have to keep stepping around somebody's property all the time just to get to your own, or driving along the street and constantly having to make sure that you don't run a pothole and mess up your tires or whatever else, you know. Oh my goodness, when it comes to the conspiracy theorist in reverse, the amount of guesswork, the amount of honestly late night online maybe searching, some of y'all went full detective mode. In reverse, mysteries remained and or it was solved. It's no longer a conspiracy theory. The truth is out. I'm also sensing. The receipts are out. It's been returned. Ooh. Ooh. I'm going to pull a couple more for your current situation. Is this resonating so far, pile one? Like, insane. What a storyline. Yes? No. Okay. So yes to gaslight. And the cult, it came back. Ooh. Ooh. I'm picking up something very interesting here. Firstly, this is someone that like they took you for a ride, man. This is someone that I believe you really trusted in, you believed in, you didn't realize that they would be lying to you, hiding things from you. Like, you carried on. I want to say we're going to dive into person A and person B in this situation, and I'm hoping however it is that the cards come out, you are the one that is just flourishing right now. And it's interesting because I'm actually told to flip out the decks that I'll be using for that. Interesting. Anyways, but yo, they made you feel important, part of a family, their family, part of them. For some of you, this may not even be romantic. Maybe it's something platonic. Maybe it's something parasocial. Maybe it's just you kind of going through the realization, the reality of it, because now you're in a safe space to actually process the fuckery that is this situation. And you know, like the thing is like I'm not really sensing that much like sadness or depression or anything at this point. I am sensing numbness / like neutrality, but like some like anger and some like just, you know, you just throw in the towel because you're just exhausted. Like you're just like, you know what? I don't know. Okay, you know what? I do want to know more though. Let's dive in now. Cut this up. Let's bring in the people's energy into this story so we can learn even more. Person A and person B. Here's the thing, yeah. Person A, I am being pulled to the Wandering Moon Tarot, and person B, there's 2 decks, but one in particular that I want to dig for because it's a little louder than the other. The Badass Tarot deck, okay? Hopefully all of the cards in here are ones that I can show. If not, I will flip them in reverse. Just out of respect to the algorithm, I need it to push through my stuff too. All right, for some reason we're starting off with person B, so that's cool. We can make them person A, but no. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see this well enough. Sorry, again, like this whole section's so thick. It shouldn't be. I'm recording this at the same time as the other videos too, so it's like, what? Anyways, we got Justice. Tell me about person B in pile A's situation, please. Now you can see yourself in here. You can not. You can just only take what resonates for you. Sorry, I'm like half channeled into here. Boom. And then we have the 10 of Swords. Can you see that okay? Hopefully. Damn, son. How cute are these cards, by the way? Super. And I'm hearing, and you will never know. Interesting. Ooh, okay, so hopefully you guys rewind a little bit if you must. There's a card, obviously, behind it. There's a whole deck under here, under this 10 of Swords energy. And I had some curiosity. I wanted to peek, but Spirit said no. And then I heard you'll never know. This person, I believe, is currently completely cut off from person A. Okay, person B has no access. Person B is staying up at night. Maybe they're trying to like scry. Maybe they're trying to peek in. Maybe they're trying to, I even heard you like, ooh, hurt you. Interesting. Put you in a jar, I was going to say. But maybe they intended something poor on your name and put you into a jar. What is going on here, Pal One? You may be urged to want to do that to them, perhaps, too. That could also be a thing that I'm picking up. I don't think that this person will be against going. You know what I just saw in my mind's eye? That that thing from the movie Obsession where you crack the thing and you make a wish, right? That just came through. Like if this person could, maybe they can make you love them or want to, I don't know, respect them, care for them. It's like this person is like willing to fight for your perception of them more than they're willing to actually fight for this connection, if that makes any sense. It's giving narcissism. It's giving I want what you were able to give me. But now I can't. I think that when this person was in person A's life, they thrived more. Things worked out for them. But now that's over. Game over here with that Five of Swords. They're recognizing it's over, with the Eight of Pentacles also confirming that, right? Like all of that hard work and everything, it's like your energy, your love, your acceptance of them, however which way it is that you are resonating with this pile one. If you are still here, please drop a like, a comment. If you are, subscribe please, so you can see more of these videos. But you like poured into this person and they benefited big time. But then at some point or another, justice had been served, right? Justice coming out here first and foremost, especially with the High Priestess. Now, again, this could have been a very spiritual connection as well. It could have been a very religious connection, for example. It could be one that just felt very energetically like drawing or something. Like whatever it is that you, I don't know, like created as a story and a tag along to this connection, it was reciprocated in a way. I also think that, like, listen, as much as I do, let's say, resonate with a High Priestess type of energy, right? As a seer, as a psychic medium myself, for example, not all High Priestesses are positively intended. You know, like they don't. Some people are into the occult, into spiritual practices, into spell work practices and witchcraft and stuff to benefit themselves because they can. And I feel like everyone in this way does that. It's to benefit themselves, but with the intention behind it, really I think makes a difference between what makes a worker one that is more egotistical, for example, versus one that is more of the collective. And I personally believe that balance in this is absolutely imperative. Why am I sharing this with you? I don't know, but it is coming out. I just work here. So I think at one point or another, you recognized the imbalance in this connection where your values, your morals no longer lined up. The spiritual compatibility, that veil, the glamour, it lifted. That's kind of what this is giving me here. There's something about the way that people use their own power, whether that is metaphorical, whether it's literal, like I said, spell work and things like that, like how it is that we utilize our energy. Something was shown. And it might have taken a long time. Seven of Pentacles. I think maybe that's why it stung so much, right? Like with that taser, like the ending to this connection, it stung so much because like it was good up until it ended. And it cut off. From the Seven to the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Five of Swords. Something was cut off. While it was being planted, just before the bloom and like the real win, someone got cut off. Thank goodness, too. And they will never know. It's so funny. I have to be very careful not to expose the other cards underneath here for some reason. Let's cross it. Okay, let's go to person A in this situation. Oh, good. I made notes for myself. I love when I do that. Okay. Yeah, moons in this deck are cups and stars are coins, apparently. Oh, I love that. Okay. Let's get some clarifies for person A in this situation, please. I heard like shuffle me. That's cool because I haven't used this deck in a really long time, so that does make sense. I heard no for this. Okay. Not a problem. We finna be shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Yes to this. Okay. Pile one. Wow. Yes? Okay. Three of Stars. Interesting. what they will never know is things really working out in person A's favor. In the sense that, oh my God, and the 8 of coins is here too. Remember, stars are coins. We have the 9, and then this one to confirm it too. We have the star. Oh my God. For those who can't see this, this is the 9 of coins on the bottom with the 8 of wands. Listen, person, I love this for person A. I hope you're person A. It'd be weird if you were person B, but like, I mean, I see you. Cut your shit out. All right, person A, so sorry, not sorry. Thriving. First of all, so much abundance your way. Wow. It just goes to show person A, you are no longer a source of energy for person B. And because of that, because there has been a cutoff of energy, whether that, maybe honestly for some of y'all, I'm sensing that cutoff wasn't even your choice. If it were up to you, you would keep on giving to this person. But now some sort of truth came out, yeah? Some of y'all caught on to it and you cut them off and stuff. I'm just saying, listen, general readings, again, knwitchery.com if you want something precise and concise just for you. But a part of you would have kept on giving. But you choosing, person A, to walk away, to give into yourself, to cut this person off, so much of that energy that would have poured into person B where they would have benefited is, honestly, it's like the dam is broken and it is just an overpour. And they will never know. They will never know how everything is working out for you. They were most likely already replaced. Even if this, again, I don't know if this is 100% romantic for y'all. I don't. But it could be for some of you in here either way. The emotional connection, the vulnerability, the spiritual connection, the sense of like soulmates and all of that, that was already replaced. Like this person, it was easier to cut them off. Maybe it wasn't for some of y'all, because I actually got some resistance from at least one of you when I said that. But now you have found your way. I'm saying you because I genuinely believe, pile 1, that you are person A in this situation. All of these coins energy. Now the star here is the star in the major arcana, not ace of stars, I think. We're gonna go with that. But either way, that unknowing, by the way, if this is ace of coins or if this is the star major marcana, something about the name Mark. And my nose just itched. Okay, someone needed that. Thanks. From the major arcana, it's very tangible now. It's almost impossible to believe the blessings that are coming down your way. It's like your wish is now tangible. You can't tell. 2222 when I said that on the clock. That's beautiful. Wow. What it is that you speak on right now, what it is that you write your manifestations, be very, very careful about what it is that you wish for, because person A, in this situation, honestly, it's like your words are the spells. You are the spell. You are the magic. You are everything. I'm so glad that this person's cut off. But why are you here then? Why this person right now in this reading? I think this just, I mean, it could be a really big confirmation for you. Why you had walked away and what is coming for you, if not already. Faster than you even know. It's so interesting here because like the way that this is laid out here, these 9 of coins / stars with the 8 of wands, it's almost like you're the one that pulled that string. You see, it's like you're pulling it and you're letting it go. And now all of this Eight of Wands energy, all of this this communication, this abundance, this manifestation, this quick energy is coming your way just because. And they will never know. Even if, like, it's interesting. I don't know why. Y'all are like some spell workers in here or something, maybe? Fellow witches, what's up? Your glamour magic, by the way, could also deceive, right? Like, here's, and maybe you already know this, but here's the misconception that a lot of people have around glamour magic, and they believe it's just to beautify yourself, right? The opposite is true. I use glamour as a form of disappearing, to be invisible, to not attract attention. I use glamour as a form of an invisibility cloak to specific people in my life, for example, that even if they have access to me in any which way, they don't actually get the full truth. They will never know the full details. They may be spun lies. That's also a thing. Honestly. I have like very much like a spiritual protected like thing that is very dedicated to specific people if and when necessary. I've had clients whom had seemingly, like, they even thought I was their twin flame. Got later on quite upset because they couldn't actually read me. They couldn't get the details right. There wasn't an actual real connection, and it turned quite hostile on their end. I knew about that later, and it was very quickly disposed of energetically, physically, whatever. I will no longer meet with this client ever again. If they ever book with me, instant return. Keep your money, keep your bullshit, and I'm blocking you if I can in any other which way. But the point is, though, is that even energetically, even people that they knew, that I knew, never gave, like, there was always something working in my favor to eventually keep my name safe from this person, my energy safe from this person, but also truth coming out. You know, it's very interesting. I want to keep sharing these kind of things with you here, Part 1. I almost said I don't know why I keep saying this, but I think y'all just need to hear it. Like, sometimes things are constantly happening in the back end that involve us in ways that are just completely obscure. And it's interesting, I believe, what people are willing to do with you, with your name, with your energy, like the stories that they build. I personally just want to like privatize more and more of my personal life, as much as like I am posting online more and more, as is my goal. I'm privatizing myself more and more simultaneously, right? Because not everybody deserves that information, that access to you. And I believe that this situation between person A and person B was the biggest lesson here for person A. And person A is about to reap the rewards of this cutoff, while person B is going to have a slippery slope down karma lane where hopefully they're going to learn the lesson. Karma is very interesting. Justice is being served. You ain't got to do anything here, person A. You really don't. So, okay, we are going to dive into their thoughts and feelings about you in detail using that Truth Tarot, which is ultimately what it is that you are here for. I will also, though, end it off with like messages just for you here, pile one, because I just believe that you deserve it and need it. They will never know. Oh my God. The temptation to see what was under that card. They will never know. This is more, ooh, it's got to be tough too. They are prying into your life any which way they could. Pile one. But your tips, tricks, glamours, it's working. Whatever it is that you're putting out there, even if you were fully public, this person will always have a skewed access to you. Yeah. Okay, cool. That Eight of Cups that popped out had nothing to do with you, by the way. It's just a way that my deck says, okay, we're good. Stop right here. See, even like, oh my gosh. Queen of Swords on the bottom here. It's difficult to get the cards out of this bag for whatever reason, which is already unusual. It's starting off with that Queen of Swords energy. There's a card in reverse here. We got the Four of Coins. We're putting these on the table. Locked up, secrecy. We have the Six of Coins. I'm hearing in reverse, and my nose is itching on that. For those who are new here, my nose itches. My accuracy tends to go up. That's kind of like my own little personal tick. I ask Spirit, like, is this right? And my nose starts itching. And or there's some sort of resonance with someone in here. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Cups. I feel like a lot of this is already kind of exposing what we already know, but I believe that perhaps that is the why you're here, to confirm a lot of, what if oh my God, I could just do this the entire time. And now there is light. Metaphors in all of my readings, I'm telling you. You're seeing things very clearly now. It is now in a brighter perspective. What was once in the shadow has now come to light, and or is very, very soon. Yep, you got the Three of Cups and those Eight of Swords coming back out again. Although it was Three of Coins in that reading here. Everything is being illuminated for you. I think that beyond just this very general reading, pile one, you are going to receive truths about this connection that are going to astound you, that are also going to bring you, oh my God, we got the Knight of Coins, we have the Nine of Coins, we have the King of Coins. You're so good. You're so good. Honestly, they're going to watch you. Their thoughts and feelings about you, I gotta say, very quiet. There aren't really many thoughts and feelings other than just, maybe that's another thing. I may not have full access to this person's vibe and energy towards you because you have cut it off. That's what I'm saying. Like, whatever it is that you're doing is that strong. But it could also just be that they have completely suppressed and swallowed down any feelings, the cutoff, the dissociation. I feel like this person is just genuinely just kind of like staring, if they could. Like, it is kind of giving creepy energy. It's kind of reminding me of another pile in this pick a card. Shit, I can't remember which one it was, because it's been days in between these piles, I'm telling you. Like, there's such a separation there. It's very interesting. There had to be a specific time energetically. And by the way, I'm just before a full moon as I am recording this. I won't be posting this for the full moon, but it is now, like, it's being illuminated. Something has been illuminated. What was once received is now cut off. Like, the Six of Coins, what goes around comes back around, right? Not anymore. Not anymore. Again, it is kind of serving as a confirmation to what it is that we already know. Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Cups turning their back, right? It's like all of a sudden something changed. Something was exposed. Someone was cut off. They started keeping their cards behind their back. There wasn't the full truth. We are not seeing the face of this Queen of Cups like we are the Queen of Swords. There is no more love. We're withholding that. But that Wheel of Fortune, something was very divinely guided. 33:55 on the timer as I was saying this with an extreme nose itch. It was led for you to know what it is that you were meant to know as you were meant to know it. Furthermore, you were meant to have this connection to whatever degree this connection was for you personally, because it's going to now bring you the awareness, that discernment. You had to learn the lesson. And this lesson with this person will vary in harshness between everyone that is tuning in, but it's almost like you had to choose your own self. You had to choose your own value, okay? As much as I'm working to explain to you their thoughts and feelings for you, these messages seemingly are only for you at this point, because I don't think that this person has many thoughts and feelings about you beyond how it is that you can benefit from them, or rather they can benefit from you. They don't have thoughts and feelings about you. They have thoughts and feelings about themselves. And so all they can do is watch you thrive. Look at that 8 of Swords energy. This is that shadow energy of this Queen of Swords right now. Look at that. This energy is giving this vibe. So that's who you're dealing with. That's who you're working with. This is like a whole ass freaking like expose that you win. You win, because honestly, this 5 of Coins energy, like, I think they viewed you once upon a time, maybe even still. Maybe even still. Maybe even still. If you hear my dog barking, just ignore her. Her favorite person just came home, and there's a rejoice. You have people coming into your life. You have happy distractions. You have beautiful surprises, pile 1. And this person is going to be forced to witness that and probably just hate watch you from the sidelines. You mad? Outside the club? Because you can't even get in, bitch. Get out of here. You chose yourself. They witnessed you choose yourself for a long time. Maybe you didn't. You kept pouring into them. And for whatever reason, that Wheel of Fortune, whether it's your own choice, whether they did something, said something, they cut you off, whether it was just chance, whether it was divine intervention, which is what it feels like, however which way it was played out in the human experience, for there to be a withdrawal, for there to be a disconnection, for there to be light, for there to be, oh my God, that breath of fresh air. What was once hidden is now found. It's kind of feeling a little biblical in my head here, so you guys could be very religious, and or you have turned to religion, or you're thanking God right now, or your guides, or whomever, okay? Whatever and whoever it is that you practice, by the way, is mostly welcome here, so long as, of course, you do no harm onto yourself or others. I am looking around. Okay. The Animal Apothecary came out for you. Let's get you some final messages here, pile 1, and I don't want to keep you any longer than I need to, okay? Because you got what you need. All right, final messages here for pile 1. What does pile 1 need to know for themselves, for this connection, whatever it is, opportunity, and keep trying, okay? So your efforts are absolutely paying off. You consistently trying and showing up, right? That was what was behind here, right? That opportunity, it's about the come and knocking, and that little bee there is signifying that hard work. Listen, we have nothing on the Tower card for them too. I love it. Everything's about to crumble to work out in place for you. Honestly, you have so many blessings coming your way, if not already. And if you are already blessed, well, fuck, you're about to welcome so much more. Pile 1, honestly, you just keep showing up. You just keep balancing those chakras. You just keep trying for you. And again, like, keep that energy contained to the right people, places, and things and energies and stuff. Okay, I think my mom is calling me right now, so I'm gonna end this as is. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do hope that this reading found you and benefited you in which way. If you are open to it, please leave a comment, because I'd love to hear from my pal ones, especially. Damn. Kudos and all power to you. Again, if I don't see you in another pile, I do hope to see you in another reading. So do subscribe, join the Soul Fam tribe, or don't, whatever. But I do hope to see you around again. All right. Well, thank you so much. Love you. Peace. Bye. Hello. Pile number 2. What's up? You chose the Klimt Tarot deck. Awesomely happens on, the Lovers card came out here. It happens to be a deck that I primarily use for love-based readings or very Cancer-based readings. So if you have a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever, and or your person does, there could just be a lot of Cancerian energy here between y'all. Just something I really had to mention over and over again. So many times I'm going to see Cancer in 30 seconds. All right, we're going to dive into the current energy between y'all using a very fun deck called the Real Life Tarot deck. I think this deck is a blast. What am I sensing so far? Honestly, either you guys are broken up but had been together for quite some time. Okay, this is longer than just like a situationship thing. Okay, this is either an ex, someone that you've been close to for a very long time, and or you're currently in a relationship with them too. How, of course, we interpret the situation between y'all, remember to use your discernment. If you want something precise and concise, that's just for you. KNMWitchery.com is the only place you could book with me. So we got the revolving door. We've got packages in front of the door. We got the vomiting Cupid. We've just got a tree. Okay, hold on. We got a fidget spinner. We got a 24-hour power energy drink, a remote control, and the magician. The bottom here, we have the mixologist with stand-up. This seems relevant for some reason. Okay. Energy between y'all. Okay, so there seems to be someone that is very easily coming in and out of this connection. So if you are perhaps in a relationship, as I am strongly feeling for some of you, okay, don't scroll away just yet for those who are not in a relationship or like in an active commitment, okay? But if you are, it could very well be that maybe you feel very disconnected from this person. This person's very much like out and about, kind of willing to do anything but like hang out with you. It feels a little bit lonely, if I could say so myself. Okay, there's literally 2 people perhaps in this entire spread so far, and one of them is a friggin' Cupid. The other is a magician. It's like, I think these are 2 people, yourself and your person, whom are trying to be something that maybe they just don't feel very aligned to. And I just heard the song Quit Playing Games with My Heart. Quit playing games with my heart. Distractions. Perhaps maybe like looking to stay up and out at night. Fidget spinner here, it's like, this is like a constant anxiety here too with that vomiting Cupid. Very interesting. Now, if you're not in a commitment with this person, you could have resonated with some of what it is that I said. Maybe it reflected a version of your relationship that you once had. Maybe someone was very much in and out, would promise a lot of things, but not become that, right? It's like, I don't know. You know what I'm getting? Someone that would prioritize, let's say, gaming with the boys. Not that you can't play video games and stuff like that. Like, please, like, play your damn video games. But when it is trumping every single person in your life and taking away from time that you could also be spending with other people in some form of a balanced way, right? Like, there's doing what it is that you love for yourself, and then there's like active escapism and doing what it is that you love just to like avoid being with someone, talking to someone, being around someone. Like, it feels a little lonely. It really does. It's like you're a stand-up comedian to a show of, I don't know, the family freaking pet. Like, yeah. So someone might be feeling very lonely tapping in here, right? Now, that doesn't mean that your love isn't there. This is just the current energy between y'all. And it seems like there's just a lot of things that are, maybe someone's packing up too. Maybe someone has one foot out. Someone could actively be manifesting something else. I love how these two kind of like go together almost, you know? It's like the same stage. Ooh, delete at the bottom there. It's like someone's putting on a show and the other person maybe isn't there to watch it, slash they're not paying attention, slash maybe they're just like done hearing it too. I don't know. I am kind of sensing someone who likes to say more than they do. You know, like, yeah, babe, I'll get to it. And this has nothing to do with gender, by the way. There are many women who like don't do anything. Like, it's not just gender based, but it's like, yeah, babe, I'm gonna do this, or this is what's going to get accomplished, or here's a goal, or I promised to do this, make this phone call, have this done, or like whatever it is, and then just falling short, like never actually doing it, prioritizing freaking fidget spinners before actually using all of this like energy within them towards something that could be productive for the connection. It's giving lonely. It's giving, I gotta do it all myself in order for it to get done. It's very interesting that that's what's being picked up here. Do you resonate so far? I hope not, but alas, if you are still here, let us dive in further. We're going to break it down, okay? Because now that we know the situation, right? The energy between you as of right now, or, you know, in a relatable time. No, I'm told to grab a different one. I want to dive into each person, okay? So like person A, ooh, and person B, okay? So person A, we got the Nine of Swords, the High Priestess with the Eight of Cups, the Chariot, Knight of Cups. Okay. And then let's do, oh, I'm gonna bring this down a little bit so y'all can see like what's going on. Okay. Don't worry, we're still gonna be tapping into what it is that they're thinking and feeling for you. Let's just get the full rundown. We got the Ten of Pentacles. Tell me about person B in this situation, please. Yes, and I heard no more. Are we supposed to keep this in reverse? Yes. Fascinating. Are we sure? I heard yes. Ooh, and my head just hurt. Spirit was like, don't you dare question me some more. All right. Okay. Okay. My nose is itching as I am collecting information. And I'm only sharing this because it's kind of like an intuitive tic that I have, that like some form of resonance is going to be had with at least one of you. So whoever's still here, please give this a like, comment, even if it's just a simple emoji. It really does help the algorithm. It helps me and helps my videos show up for you as well if you have been enjoying this so far. But I gotta say, it seems like, and of course this is one version of an interpretation of this, okay? So roll with me. If you are currently in a relationship actively, you could very well have one foot in, one foot out, with valid reason to take the other foot out with you, in my personal, not so humble opinion. And or if this is someone that you are no longer in a relationship with, because again, I'm feeling that this is definitely like an ex. It's someone who finally walked away, because there is understanding of some form of, I want to call it like neglect, emotional neglect, but maybe not even fully, but it's just almost like what was once received like no longer needed to be worked harder for. It's like it got comfortable, it got predictable, it was no longer equal. Let's start with person B here, okay? Person B, with the 10 of Pentacles, the only upright card. In reverse, we have the 2 of Swords, the Lovers, and the 9 of Pentacles. To person B, for them, this connection was quite stable. But I do believe that at the point of this reading, they have just recently had and or will just very soon be having a realization that they dropped the ball. They dropped their independent role and part in this connection. Now, whether or not a breakup is going to take place between y'all or not, that's up to y'all. Or it already has, right? Again, I'm sensing some of y'all are in a connection right now and might be one foot in, one foot out. So we will get some advice here. You know what? Let's do that. Not with this deck. Why is this deck being so like, don't touch me? Very interesting. That's cool. What can person B do, if anything at all, to make it right? Let's just see what happens. What can person B do actionably to make this right? We have the 8 of Swords. Okay. Can we get a clarifier for this 8 of Swords, please? We have the Crown of Wands. I believe that this is the King of Wands. Honestly, this is very much giving like you should know what it is to do. Bring it out of your unconsciousness and act out of it. Like asking the question what to do now, it almost seems a little foolish. It seems like this again, like the 8 of Swords is a nagging sort of energy that is now unconsciously conscious. It could very well be keeping one up at night, right? It goes over around and loops constantly as the number 8 does. It also doesn't really consider the transformation that could very well take place, right? Because the 9 and 10 of Swords are very much mentally depleting, right? It's the process of an ego death, if you will, right? Before it becomes a brand new sword with the Ace of Swords, once again, where a new pattern can be made. What person B needs to do is act with passion, act with love again, act with integrity. Mean what they say and act accordingly. It's almost like, it's so funny, it's almost like whoever's energy I'm reading from here is almost like the audacity to have even asked this question. Like they know what to do. They should know, right? Could it be that like you're setting an expectation maybe? Yes and no. Because again, it's been said before. Dropping the ball, person B did. Notice how the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse here, though, and in the same place, person A has a Nine of Pentacles in the upright position. This is a very interesting comparison because although one believes that they hold the Ten of Pentacles, they have lost 9. In fact, person B, let's talk about it. 9 of Wands, there is definitely some form of resistance. There is some form of like halt, okay? I need to really think this through intuitively. You had taken a step back here with that 8 of Cups here as well, right? You took that 9 of Wands, you took that 8 of Cups, and you said, step away. I'm going to figure this out on my own without you here. I need to get away. Maybe some sort of a trip or something for person A here could be helpful. If you are person A tuning in, please go ahead and do that, okay? Here's the thing. When I was first shuffling in, person B's 2 of Swords in reverse landed on the Knight of Cups, okay? I found that very interesting, and usually, of course, when I catch it, I utilize every single thing that happens within my readings as I'm channeling as, well, a metaphor and a contribution to the reading. Just like someone getting into their car right now, turning it on, and slowly driving off. As soon as I started channeling into more of person A's energy, really get a move on. Get going, okay? Even if it's a very quick trip. Because going back to that 2 of Swords on the Knight of Cups, person B, within your absence of you moving away, will then recognize where they dropped the ball. The 2 of Swords is now a surety, okay? It's not in the upright position where you're battling between two sides of the same coin. It's finally allowing it to fall where it may, and it being either heads or tails, okay? It's all of a sudden a spade is a spade. That's it. There's no other options here. They're recognizing where on that Knight of Cups they dropped the ball. There's no spark left. There's nothing there. They dropped it. I think person B in this situation has completely lost the purpose of this connection, and person A has finally run out of waiting time. Waiting room? Waiting time. I don't know why. It feels like a waiting room, and there seems to be a clock that has run out of time, and yet they still waited. So I don't know. But again, it feels very lonely. It's like it goes back to that previous spread. We were talking about the energy between y'all. It feels quite lonely. You know, now it's like it's time to pick up, to regain that bit of independence, that spark, that hope, that love. Can I? Okay, now I can. Interesting. What? No. I think person B just needs to fall into like silence. Silence. I wanted to tap in to be like, okay, like what's the lesson here that they would learn should and if person A go on this trip, or just remove themselves if not already, okay? But even if you're not with this person, maybe just like take a trip anyways, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes a different, I don't know, environmental something. I feel like I needed to like reshuffle here. Yeah, Ace of Cups. It could actually be really good for this person, and or is the confirmation now, if you guys aren't in a connection, that like the separation is in fact like a good thing, okay? Sometimes the absence removes like an enablement, right? Or it's like someone's like, oh, well, you're always going to be there. It's like no matter what, like it kind of, again, it got comfortable. It got part of a routine, and then it started to get neglected. It started to become more expected than it was actually like loved and appreciated and like contributed to, right? It was just, I don't know, like a security blanket that was always there, and yet was never like washed. Like, you know, is that like a weird example here? Yeah. Okay, so what it is that they think and feel about you. We have the Nine of Wands on the table. We have the King of Swords on the table. Your person's thoughts, fears. Interesting that I said fears instead of feelings. I think they do fear something. Alright, well, someone's outside making a bunch of ruckus. Just ignore it. We do have the Three of Swords. We do have the Two of Pentacles. I just want to get all of the cards on the table first. Yeah, okay. And then I will really tap in. We have the Strength card. This one really wanted to come out. We have, this is in reverse. Fascinating. You know what? We'll keep it on side. Nope. 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 Okay. All right. So, actually, I gotta change my battery. Very interesting. I'll be right back after these very quick glitches. Okay, and what was a blink to you was at least a couple hours for me. And like I had previously mentioned in your reading, I take everything that goes on as a bit of a metaphor. So taking time to yourself, catering to yourself, what did I do? I chopped up some food, I baked some food, I sat down, I ate some food, caught up on a podcast, cleaned up after myself, grabbed myself a coffee. Notice I'm like nurturing myself, I'm like giving myself something here. You know, I left something hanging just to come back to it later. Is this something that you guys are both maybe debating on coming together for? Yes. I do sense that. It would be a lie otherwise. I do sense that there is, if not like a marriage, maybe thoughts thereof, and or a lot of time had already been spent together, okay? And this person's thoughts and feelings for you reflect that. They reflect longevity. They also reflect that they're noticing your silence. They're noticing you have completely backed away. You have kind of cut them off, right? Taken some time, and or they could have done that to you, left you go. Someone ghosted the other, okay? And or if you are in some communication, it's like speaking to a wall slash it just goes unanswered, unheard. It's misunderstood. It's just the things that are really meant to be said are not necessarily being said. They are being held back, okay? This is a great resistance here based on what it is that we're saying. It's like he can't even look at you. He as in like the King of Swords here, right? And yet we have the Knave. I think the Knave is the Page, right? Sorry, I gotta confirm. Yes, it is the Page of Wands here, right? They know what it is that they gotta do. We already answered that question already in the previous card lineup, right? What is it that person B, assuming this is person B, thoughts of person A, right? Of course, take it as it resonates for you. Nonetheless, they know what it is to be that passionate King of Wands energy, to even start off as a page, to start dabbling into it. Maybe they are thinking about it, okay? All I can say for sure is whatever security or sense thereof of security that they have with you, like you are a part of it, okay? And I don't want to feed any delulus here, but I gotta call it as it comes, okay? Now, Three of Coins with the Three of Swords. When a card comes out sideways, for me in my readings as an intuitive reader, not necessarily a traditional tarot reader, it's a choice, okay? So are we going to make it work? Is there going to be a balance between, let's say, the imbalance currently and where it is that they're putting a lot of their focus would be into work, right? That is quite a, I don't know, tale as old as time, especially in 2026, right? We are devoting ourselves to work, so then when we come back, we're exhausted, right? What family time? I'd rather be doing this instead. I want to relax. I am tired, da 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 da, right? There is this separation here, but what if there is going to be some sort of an invitation of like a weekly date night or something, right? Or like chores or whatever being divided up. I mean, I don't know what quarrels y'all are having, as there are many different situations that this could go, keeping in mind again that this is of course a general reading, but it does bring some sort of heartbreak slash like contemplation of whether or not something else could be introduced. Now, whether or not they will, that's their choice, right? I mean, we can gather as much as we want from general readings and such online, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to the individual. Are they going to smarten up, act up, show up with more passion? Since that is at least a general reading that I've been picking up that has been lacking, right? Or whatever it might be for you personally, whether or not they show up is the choice that's currently at hand. We have the Two of Coins. What are we physically going to do with the options here? I genuinely think that you have kind of made the decision for them, pile 2, just based on this like separation type of energy, and or you just taking a step back, assuming of course you are person A in this situation, but alas, losing you is going to somehow build up a strength. It's interesting because this resonates with a different pile, and I'm curious if you resonated with that one too. I don't want to spoil which one it is because I've actually been tuning in and reading all of these piles in like a different order. But alas, are they going to show up for you? That's the question. Are they? I think you're the third peg, to be honest. Balancing work and their life, and you are just an extra component to it. They thought that maybe you're part of what they attribute to the life category, but you are your own separate entity, and I think they're finally beginning to grasp that. They didn't give you enough. Something was missing. And I believe it's something tangible. It's something that could be proven, right? It's more than just words. This is also a choice, okay? I believe this came out in the upright position, and Spirit told me to put it in reverse, but this is where I kept it as a choice, right? I, as a reader, forever bring in free will as the individual. Like, they can choose how the rest of the story plays out, okay? Just like you can, as the viewer tuning into these types of readings. Once again, KNMwitchery.com if you want to book something precise and concise for you. But this choice here, it comes back down to like reimbursement, right? What they put in, is it going to reap the same amount of benefits and rewards? Right now, I gotta say, just based on how it is that I've been picking up what it is that this energy has been putting down, okay? Person A was probably over giving so much that person B got comfortable receiving the overflow, that once the overflow turned into something quite neutral, something that is still there and yet not over pouring, they didn't fill up that gap. They didn't over pour onto the other side, even if temporarily, right? Because a relationship, in my personal opinion, of course, as a reader here chiming in, it's not necessarily about 50-50, right? It's about being there for you when I'm in my lack and vice versa, right? And not taking advantage of the other, forever considering the other, right? This is a partnership after all. Genders, I don't care. I don't care. What do you mean the woman is the only one that needs to clean up? If you're a pig and you want to live like a pig, then continue to live like a pig. But I'm removing myself from this equation. The fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're adults here. And I believe that there had been, I don't even necessarily believe that there is some sort of an ultimatum. I think that this conversation had been had between you guys so often that it almost became background noise, because now intuitively I'm hearing like static TV, right? It just turned into white noise. I hate saying this to you guys. Sorry. This isn't a message I like to send. And yet, just simply removing yourself, not even giving an ultimatum, there was none of that. There was just one day, silence. The background noise was no longer there. And they're missing it, I'll tell you that much. The Queen of Swords comes out as I was shuffling back here. This is your energy. Pile 2. You are the Queen of Swords. And some people would say that the Queen of Swords is the coldest queen out of the entire deck. And as one who relates most with the Queen of Swords, thank you very much, not just as a Libra, but just, I just do, I don't know. Of all the queens, she offers that warmth in a way that keeps her safe, but is also very strategic. It's not just given lightly and freely. There's a version of her that seldom people get to know. The part that chooses words that comfort more than they cut throat. And sometimes it really just depends which side of the sword you get, right? Do you get the dull side that you hang on to safely, or do you get the side that has you get impaled? Words are incredibly powerful, and when you're used to always being on the safe side of the sword, you sometimes gotta learn what it means to get cut. I mean, I'm speaking very metaphorically here, so I hope y'all are picking up what it is that I put down, but that softness has now grown cold. And that is a necessary tool and tactic, in a way, of the Queen of Swords. It's not necessarily even for discipline, although some people can, of course, interpret it that way. And some people actually act out that way, okay? The Queen of Swords is not... She's still got to learn too, right? She's still human. She's not a divine figure here in the Major Arcana, nonetheless. Taking the passivity aside, there was once warmth, and there's still warmth available, but now it has been removed and subtracted. You made the choice, pile 2, to cut off the reimbursement. You made the choice. This person kept you waiting long enough until you said, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna go nurture myself. I'm gonna go live my life. I'm gonna eat fruitfully, even if it means sitting by myself. That's okay. I love going out by myself, personally. Yeah. The Hermit in reverse. You stepped out of the shell. You stepped out of the story, the pattern that had existed between you guys for the longest time. Like you broke it. Where you were once kept in, you're out. And the way that the Hermit is depicted in this deck is one of quite like sad. It's melancholy. They're feeling it. I don't think that you can feel that they're feeling it though, and maybe that's because they live in their head. They're blocking themselves from even experiencing your loss, but I'm telling you that they are. There's just an avoidance. There's a deep avoidance here. I really want to dive into their actions, but honestly, I think you not knowing what their next step in action towards you is actually like what is necessary. To be fair, or unfair, but I don't think you should wait anymore. I don't think you should be asking this question at all anymore. You know what I mean? It's like whatever they decide now, like you're already on your way doing your own thing. If you've gone so far out of this union or whatever that they can no longer catch up, that's their prerogative now, right? But I don't know, my advice is just you keep on going. Yeah, now is not the time fell out onto my lap. I think it's just a confirmation here, pile 2, that like no matter how strong this love is, whatever it is that you're expecting from your person to change, I'm sorry, I don't believe that it is. Just based on this general reading here, okay? I always keep it real out here. I'm not going to just give you all the viewers what it is that you want to hear. I need more balance. Yeah, no shit. I feel the same way. What fell on here? I am terrified. Now's not the time. I'm terrified. I mean, yeah. I'm being told to stop shuffling here. I feel the same way as, again, that love reciprocated. It's just, I think that the way that you're expecting this love, this union, is out of balance. That is for sure. If there's anything that they could tell you, honestly, at this point, is that they are terrified. They're terrified to give you more, to depend on you more, to love on you more, just to fear of what? Losing you eventually? Like, I hate that narrative that people have, where it's like, I'm so afraid of losing you, so I'm just going to avoid completely even your existence, so that when I lose you, it will hurt less. But like the opposite is really true, right? Like you want to take advantage of the times that you have together. But this person just doesn't see it for whatever reason, and it's no longer your problem. And sorry, by the way, if you are in a commitment to this person, but I think acceptance would do you very well, pile 2. What else can I say? You know, if you accept your own independence in this and you just start doing your own thing, it doesn't necessarily mean breakup, but it does mean you just providing for yourself a little bit more, right? Like taking that warmth that you overpoured onto somebody else and putting it back onto you. And whatever happens from that will happen. There's no harm, no foul if it means that you're just loving on yourself more. You know, sometimes we have to subtract what we give to somebody else in order to gain more. Maybe you overpouring is actually blocking you from obtaining your own abundance of whatever kind, you know, and I've been there many a times, okay, not even just romantically, but platonically, with family. Don't even get me started when you sit there and hope and wait that someone will change, doing everything you can. You're doing the research, you're going to therapy, you're the one that's making the changes, making the suggestions, planning the fun, and there's nothing on the other side. Eventually you just gotta stop and go through your own heartache too, you know? But maybe it doesn't even have to end in heartache. Maybe you could just begin to regain your own strength. Because they see that in you. They see you as being the more powerful one in some form or another. I don't know. They just got bored with their life, and unfortunately are projecting that onto you, pile 2. I'm sorry to deliver this message so bluntly. Oh my God. You wanted raw, you wanted real, you wanted unfiltered. Y'all got it. I do hope that your happy ending is a lot better anyways. Team Queen of Swords, that's all I gotta say about that. I am sending much love to you. Actually, you know what, before I do cut this off, I want like one message to my pile 2s using an oracle deck. The Animal Apothecary spoke out to me. Thank you so much. Cool. What is a final message that we can just end this off with for pile 2? Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like y'all could use a little something, you know? Let's make it about you. Pile 2. I haven't done this for any other pile, by the way, so. All right, magnetism through gratitude. Yeah, let's shift focus, right? Instead of overpouring on what isn't really necessarily giving back, hold up. Like, I feel like this is you kind of like rebuilding and re-energizing your life force, right? I mean, even halfway through this reading, I took out the battery, I charged it, I went out about my day. I didn't even switch into a completely new battery, which was absolutely available. I went with the same battery that was just charged. I'm telling you, everything is a metaphor. I think you just need to recharge. Give thanks to what is working out, and notice that more and more of that is just going to continue to be attracted to you, right? The more awareness that you have on what is working out, who is loving and caring for you. Something that is personal to me, if you want to stick around for this, pal, too, like, you're more than welcome to, but I have, let's call it daddy issues, right? Quite a narcissistic growing up, and I went to go hang out with my dad for the first time in a very long time, to which just was horrible from start to finish. Horrible. Just started saying mean things to me, just wanted me to feel like shit, right? And eventually I did ask him, like, what did I do to you in this lifetime to warrant you treating me like this? And he immediately responded with nothing. To which I go, wow. I feel like, I don't know if I was even expecting some sort of a reason, but the fact that he didn't even have one just made me go, then what am I doing? Constantly showing up, wanting to prove myself to someone who hates themselves. Like, I was like, no. So I shifted the focus from my father, and I paid attention to my friends, to my other family members who are there for me, who are loving me, who are just giving to me just because they're reflecting the love that I give to them. They want to make me feel better. Like, it completely shifted my sense of self and belonging, right? I stopped giving to someone who will never receive. And that's his choice. To someone like myself who I want to receive more. I do. I want to be open to love and care because I give so much of it too. Like, I have the capacity for it. That's a blessing. And I hope that that's something that can inspire you in a way too, right? Like, this is quite an interesting way for me to end off a reading here that got very vulnerable. It's unlike me entirely. But if you are still here, just know that it's very possible to move on from very difficult things, even if that is confronting your upbringing and your parent and all of that, right? And it doesn't mean that you love them less, but it does mean that you love yourself more, okay? And that right there can be replicated in every which way in our lives, whether it be platonic, whether it be romantic, whether it be professional. You just know your worth and stay focused on those who love and care for you. And rebalance you more than those who take away, because once you shift that focus, I'm telling you, like, that's how you begin to shift your reality as you know it. Our reality is our perception, pile 2. And unfortunately, this person is just refusing to make a change. So, yikes. Anyways, let's hope this is a very happy ending for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for listening to this all the way through and for giving me a safe space too. You know, it's kind of nice that this came through in one way or another. My right ear is ringing. That is interesting. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you, thank you. If I don't see you in another pile, I do hope to see you in another reading, so please subscribe. And if you haven't already liked and commented, whatever it is that you feel pulled to comment, please do, okay? It would really help me along, and yeah, more readings coming your way. I suck at these conclusions. Okay, thank you so much, pile 2. Peace. Bye. If you chose pile 3 / the Surrealist Tarot, we're gonna dive in deep, y'all. Now, before we do, we're going to get the current energy in between you. All right? So, using the Real Life Tarot deck, I love this deck. I think it's so funny. Let's get the current energy between y'all. We got the deleter after some messages, one-way messages. Someone got blocked. Someone is blocked. We got the landlord coming out here. The microdoser. the festival going. Here's what I'm getting, okay? I don't know if you're posting more these days here, Pile 3, on your social media, but this person is addicted to whatever it is that you put out there, okay? If it's you having yourself like the time of your life, they are gobbling up every drop of it. This is someone who is addicted to you, I want to say, okay? You are seemingly kind of like an obsession to this person, and or you are obsessed with this person, okay? Flip the script, of course, as it is meant to be for you specifically. This is, of course, a general reading. If you want something precise and concise, canonwitchery.com is the only place you can book with me. The simple fact, by the way, because, okay, every deck has a particular energy that I work with. I'm an intuitive reader primarily before I am a traditional tarot reader. Nonetheless, this here, this connection is very abstract. It's almost like you two should not be together, and yet something works. Something tugs and pulls you in. Or it's like people kind of look at you and you're like, how? But like, it's like opposites attract. And or if it's not like necessarily like a physical thing, right? And by physical, maybe someone dresses more traditionally in suit and tie, and the other one looks like a rainbow vomited all over them, right? Like, however, which way, right? Maybe it's not even something physical. Maybe it's personality, right? Like an introvert with an extrovert, and yet somehow it works. There is something about you and this person that is abstract. Does that make sense? Cool, because if it doesn't, then you've already clicked off, but at least 2 people here said yes. So that is lovely. With that being said, this person, as per the current energy that I'm picking up, one or both, but I think that honestly, the secret's out. This person is keeping tabs on you. If you have this person blocked, or if you think that they're not interested, not looking, or that they don't have like private accounts or something to like lurk you up, I'm telling you right now, like, you know, I mean, based on the general pull from this reading, they do, okay? They can, they see you. They want to message you things. It's like this person might in fact actually message something and then throw something away. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm gonna like say hello and then like throw my phone away, or like maybe send a very raunchy text and then be like, oh my god, right? But hey, maybe expect some sort of e-communication, okay? I do think that this is electronic, if at all even possible, okay? This person's definitely debating on it. Otherwise, they are definitely watching you. If you're having a good old time with yourself, with friends, with life, like they're taking in absolutely every single thing that you post. You know what this is giving me? Like an Instagram feed or something, or like a TikTok feed, you know, and there's like a bunch of squares and such. Yes, okay, it's by 3, but like still, this one, it's like every single thing that you post, every single thing that you put up, they're taking it in. They're microdosing on you. Oh my goodness, is this something we need to be concerned with? Okay, something... Their browsing history. Okay, so, I mean, this could just be a very electronic type of connection. Does this person know you in person? Yeah, for some of you. For some of you, no. For some of you guys, this is just like one of them connections that is solely online, but... Can we get something different other than like this online obsession? Bitcoin. Okay. What's the current energy with pile 3 and this person? Mixologist and the cult. God. We got the gamer. No. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out here, okay? Maybe you guys don't actually belong together, and the abstract thing is it's delusion, okay? I gotta put that out there. It was 555 on my timer here as I said it too. Maybe someone wants something to change between you guys, because like they're willing to like bet on it. This person is also willing to potentially put like a spell on you or something. It's giving obsession. I haven't actually watched the movie yet. I really want to though, and then I might record my reaction for Can of Witchery. Let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Anyways, that's a total side comment here before I digress even further. But like the reason it's interesting, because I'm even thinking about content too. Maybe you guys are sort of content creators of some kind. Maybe there's something that you post, even if it's like just like writing or something, or like I'm seeing it's not Twitter anymore, but whatever it's called these days, or like Threads. This person is watching whatever it is that you're writing, what you're typing. Be mindful. I mean, maybe this person's kind of like hacked into your shit too. I mean, I kind of wouldn't be surprised. We got nausea. I don't think that has anything to do with the reading there, but like, I think it might even make you sick how much this person might know about you. I'm curious if this is something that you've, like, someone that you've interacted with in person or whatever. It's kind of making me not want to read more. I'm not gonna lie, pile 3, what is happening? This person is willing to place a bet on this connection, on you. That's the current energy here. Someone has done their studying. Someone wants to take a chance on you. Someone loves what you're putting out to a point that it is giving spell work. It's giving, I am obsessed. I need to, that they can't get rid of you. You are their obsession. And they're, okay. I don't know if there's anything else to contribute. Is there more to this? I heard yes. Okay. More clarity here, please. What is the current energy? I could totally be reading this wrong. You might know this person or something, and like just the way that I'm pulling it is just way more than it really is. I don't know, Pile 3, but I can tell you that intuitively it's a lot more than you think. Like this person could be very well watching like your following count, looking into everyone who likes your posts to see if there's anyone new or anyone old, like, you know what I mean? Like connections and stuff like that. Like I think it might run a little bit deep, and or whatever it is that you do put out there in one form or fashion. Maybe it's not even online, although I am really sensing like it has something to do online. If it's not, this may not be your pile, to be completely honest with you, because I feel like this is either an e-connection or someone who got a hold of your information after meeting you or something, and they're just like obsessed with you at this point. Like this person will watch you however they can. Okay, I've been shuffling. Hopefully the mic picked up at least the sound of me shuffling, and nausea came out. It's gonna make you sick, fam. Like, sorry, my Toronto's coming out. Like, oh. Okay, all right, whatever. Let's go with this flow. I ain't gonna stop this reading. What you want us to know? Tell me, please. Okay, we're gonna divide this up now, okay? We're gonna do person A and we're gonna do person B, okay? You can resonate with either one. You can resonate with both. You can resonate with neither, and it may just describe this person. However it is, this is just meant as a further confirmation to this reading, okay? Let's get some more details, because the current energy between y'all, I think, is quite redundant. And also, I mean, I think we get it, right? You being watched, person A. We got the 7 of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups. Boom. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm hearing 2 more. Okay, so it looks like we're doing 6 cards each for y'all reading. Cool, cool, cool. This one, we have the 3 of Wands. And we have the Strength card. All right. I'm hearing compare. Okay, so Spirit, before me talking about pile or person A, they want me to pull for person B to compare. Someone's maybe doing a comparison between you two, or maybe there's something that needs to, I don't know. All right, we got the Emperor for person B. We got the 4 of Wands. We have the Empress. Interesting. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords. I was told to keep this as is. Interesting. And the Hanged Man. Ooh. The energy. I'm feeling a little nauseous, just like kind of tapping into person B. I don't know what's happening here. All right. Pile 3, I'm telling you, you guys are taking me for a ride. I'm going to start with person B, okay? Because I think person B is living under some sort of delusion and illusion that is kind of coming to light in one form or fashion, okay? So this could be your intuition about whoever it is that you are tapping into. Is it something that I think you need to be totally afraid of? No. I am a true crime lover after all, so again, my reaction just might be making this out to be greater than it is. But of course, if you do feel unsafe in any way, then contact authorities or do whatever it is that you got to do to get out of the situation, case in point blank, whatever. But I will say that it seems as though person B is in a huge fantasy mode about you. So this could just be a confirmation if you've been picking up a particular person really pulling on your energy or thinking about you or something. Yeah, it's kind of given obsessed, you know. We got the Emperor with the Empress. And the 4 of Wands, right? This is, I mean, typically people denote this as like a marriage card, a celebration card, right? A coming together, all 4 pillars as one, under one. We have the Emperor, we have the Empress. It's like this person is just like fantasizing about a future life with you, kids, marriage, all of that, right? Like they're the best version of themselves, you're the best version of yourself. However, it is that, of course, that they are also fantasizing your best, because the best that they are concocting in their minds right now may not necessarily be the truth, right? Especially because it's interesting, the 2 of Swords is kind of peeking through here. I'm just going to keep it at that because that seems significant at one point or another. Anyways, but the 7 of Swords here with Justice, it's almost like scales are being like balanced for someone to at least see the truth in this, because something is being, it's being deceived. They could just very well be living in delusion. It could be like, you know, I mentioned that this person's watching a lot of like your social media, for example, if that's been resonating, right? Then it could just very well be that they're kind of like talking themselves into like every single thing that you post and that you put out there has something to do with them, or it's for them, or it's just, you know. Could this be parasocial? Maybe. It could be someone that you know that is just currently, for whatever reason, they are just fantasizing about you. They really are. They're loving everything that you're putting out there. And for some reason, they're adding themselves into the story. But is it real? Maybe. I don't know. This could be someone that you are in a relationship with, for example, that has studied you, that sees something more with you. But like, I'm curious about what this, let's dive into what this 7 of Swords energy is, please. I'm so sorry for being this skeptical, Pile 3. This is not the turn I was expecting. Queen of Cups. Are they hiding their true feelings for you? 4 of Cups. They're holding back something or other. Some truth is coming out. Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, by the way, is the 2 of Cups. Ooh, my throat chakra, it's like, it's kind of becoming hard to like swallow. I don't think that this is someone that you are in a relationship with. It could be, but it is someone that really wants to be, though. I think they're hiding a lot of that truth. That's for sure. I would say it's a little bit concerning how much they are living in their heads about person A. Slash, I'm going to say that this is about you, because this is giving, it's giving the overarching energy, but like, I don't know. It doesn't seem very frightening or anything. It seems a little bit delusional. It seems also very, almost like surprising. Or it's like someone just randomly, person B will just be like, I love you to person A. And it's like, what? It's like, no, I see my life with you, and like all of that. But I don't know. I think it might catch person A completely by surprise. I'm going to be so real with you, Pal 3. This is not someone that you will expect this from. I don't think that this is the reading that you came for. If you came for like a specific person and their energy, and or you already clicked off a long time ago, that's very possible too. But I genuinely think that this is someone that like you don't see coming. And they got some intense feelings and fantasies about you. Whether you're going to accept it or not is your prerogative. But my skepticism, my like, I don't know, kind of like creeped outness about this as well is it's completely unknown. That's what that is. Interesting, isn't it? You got a secret admirer out here. Be mindful, Pile 3. Because every single thing that you put out there, right? We have, I'm going to say that this is your energy here. It's just how the story goes here, Pile 3. Okay, but anyways, person A / you, every single thing that you put out there into the world, right, that you decide to finally share, again, they make about themselves. They ground it into themselves. They think that it's some sort of like intuitive something towards them. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. Okay, I think that person A, here's the thing, right? I think person A has gone through so many of their own personal battles, but it never hardened them. Person A is still open to love, is still open to expression, to creation, to harmony, to just being a happy person, to acceptance, to loving other people, to being like the unicorn, okay? This is someone that could just very well be very bubbly, to like a near almost an annoying degree. I say this as I relate. You know, I don't think that person A is necessarily someone love and light, like to like a fake positivity extent, but they can be triggering other people's darkness, that's for sure, because they've overcome a lot. Okay, with that 7 of Wands, this is determination, it's resilience, it is against all odds. I have started anew. And there is something that person, I kept wanting to say pile, person A has hidden from the world. Person A, I believe, is number one, grounding in something, but working on something in private, in secret. People don't really know. And maybe that's just it. Maybe person A has gone quiet and silent, and so person B is like studying person A that much more to try to be able to predict what is coming up or something. So like, I don't know. I'm still very curious about this person's intentions here, but I mean, we'll find out what it is that they think and feel about you. I'm so curious, honestly. But alas, person A is grounding in a lot of their strength. And it's not something that is super public, okay? I don't think that that Page of Pentacles, if it was in the upright, it would feel something that like they're open to actually sharing, like they got it out into the open, right? Like it becomes the sun. Like this is now currently in reverse. It's not something that they are ready to show just yet. They're still growing. It's still buried, okay? It's still, I don't know, I'm hearing marinating. Like it's still, yeah, like all that strength, right? Like this also looks like it's not buried because it's a reflection, but alas, like there's something deep that is still being brewed, made, like, oof. It's like a slow burn, like a slow cook something. Person A, interesting. I'm curious. Anyways, happy concocting whatever it is that you're building and creating. I'll tell you this, you definitely got a lot of viewers, okay? You got people that will be watching you, especially person B. Again, it's coming with a lot of love. There's like no quote-unquote negative cards on here. This Seven of Swords is definitely like you being sneaky, but they're really just holding back like their feelings, their love, and like whatever for you, and like I guess like this fantasy and stuff. I don't know. Oof. It's a lot for it to be happening in secrecy, and I'm curious if it's what's going to come out anytime soon. We can definitely dive into that part too, though. Speaking of, let us finally dive into your tarot as far as what they're thinking, feeling. The Surrealist Tarot. Ooh, yes? I heard yes. Ooh, okay, camera. Am I in reverse? No, the High Priestess came out in reverse. They can't read you. They're disconnected from you. There's something here. I think maybe this person, oh, okay. I think this person once thought that they can read you, that they are like connected to you or something. And maybe once upon a time they were. I don't know. But they can't anymore. There's some sort of disconnection. They can't. Ooh, my throat chakra I just gave out too. Excuse me, let me just take a sip. My coffee. This person's having like a hard time. They can't reach you. They can't see you. King of Swords. I think, did you block someone recently? We have the Sun. They used to check up on you like morning paper. Interesting that I'm saying used to, though. Now it's like all this person can do is like daydream. Did you cut somebody off? Did you block somebody? Did you block them? Is that why there's such deep like research energy? Because they're doing everything they can to learn what it is that you're doing? There's a lot of love. I'm curious, why did you block this person? Can I learn? Excuse me, sorry. I need to pause this. I need to learn why it is that you blocked this person. If you blocked this person, obviously if you didn't, then this doesn't resonate. But I want to know, please. If pile 3 blocked it, please channel those tapped in today who are or had been blocked. And tell me why, please. Why is pile 3 person's block? Someone just had to really move on. The Tower card, yeah. Could have been very sudden. My nose is itching now. Could have been very sudden. It could have just been an intuitive kind of prompt to just like walk away or something. Like someone just said, I'm done. I'm giving up. I gotta move on. Like I have to let go of you almost. Maybe this is an ex and it's... It's like one day you were there and the next you weren't. Or vice versa. They were there and then the next they weren't. I'm curious. Should you unblock each other or one person or another? Is there going to be an unblocking here? What should they do? Block or unblock? We have the Hierophant. You'll know when you're ready. I don't think that this is the end of your story. We have the Devil that came out in reverse, by the way. The bottom of the deck, split two. Interesting. The High Priestess also came out in reverse here. I think there was some sort... What was once safe suddenly wasn't. And it doesn't always have to be a crazy story. Me with my true crime self. It could just be maybe someone lied or deceived or like didn't, maybe someone didn't show the other person how it is that they wanted to be loved or something, and that was what the other person needed to no longer feel safe and thus decide to walk away. It's like, if you can't love me the way that I want to be loved, this is no longer a safe space for me, right? Like, safe doesn't always necessarily mean traumatizing, but like, it means uncomfortable. It means needing to over compromise to the point where it's taking away from your own vitality, your own happiness, your own peace and everything like that, right? Like, it is dysfunctional to your entire nervous system. Like, it's no longer a safe space. Maybe it's something as simple as that, or maybe it's something even crazier. Maybe y'all got some like crazy stories of like this ex or something, but whoever it is, someone walked away from the other. I do think that y'all will eventually find your way back when whatever sort of disconnection, whatever lesson is meant to be learned is learned. You guys are gonna, Chariot right at the bottom here, come right back to each other. Spoiler alert. Okay, now that we've digressed and got some more tea, let's dive back into what this person is thinking and feeling. We got the Five of Cups with the Four of Cups. Yeah, there's feelings here of inadequacies. I could sense maybe this person is like drinking / smoking themselves like to sleep or something. If they don't indulge in any sort of substances, then like they're just kind of down on their dumps, maybe like listening to like the 100th like sad song or like something. I don't know. But every single time that they go to sleep, they miss you. I'll tell you that much. They're missing the source. All they got is their imagination. All they can do is, maybe they dream about you. Maybe that's all they got left. But either way, they're kind of sad about it. And they're noticing their inadequacies, the places and parts of themselves that they did not give more of. Maybe again, maybe that's why someone walked away. I think person A walked away from person B. But they feel disconnected. This makes me feel so much better about this obsessive stalking. I don't know. It felt very intense. It's very intense. We have the Emperor, though. Maybe it's not the delusion. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting, like, proven wrong by, like, we got the Ace of Wands with the Hermit. Okay. L3. I'm going to tell you this. I think if you chose to like block and move away from this person, it's actually going to turn their delusions into a reality. It's almost like it's going to motivate them to become better, to build better, and all of that. To start anew. To choose differently this time. Yeah. I think someone in this connection did the hard thing, the hard part, and walked away. Removed their source of, I did hear enablement. Or maybe, you know, like when people are just comfortable. I think it's just like comfortable, like maybe it's like two people who fell in love through courting, through dating, through sharing all of these things, and then it just turned into same old patterns, nothing new, no new dates, just what's the point? the fun, the love, it dissipated. It dwindled. Someone felt not enough for whatever reason. And again, it was no longer safe. How many times am I going to ask for the same thing? Right? Like eventually it's just like, well, if you don't want to do it, even though once you did, you can't keep telling me about this future for ourselves that we're going to be in love and happy and everything and then not give it to me, right? I'm going to separate. I'm going to move away. And so whoever I is in this situation did. They separated themselves. And again, this person now, I think you're the one that walked away here, pile 3. Or again, flip the script, but it rattled your person. And I think it's for their betterment. That Justice card comes to mind now too. Maybe you separating yourself completely broke the delusion. They stopped living in their heads in the promise of tomorrow because they already had you. What's the point of working harder for something you already have, right? Which is a stupid mentality and question to be asking. They didn't realize the love that they held. And I think this Hermit here, right? Like them needing to be alone. I feel very pulled to show this here. Okay. The Hermit. Hopefully this is... It's almost like this closed bit here is what this is. They're finding this spark to reconnect, become whole again, to be able to give something, to do better. Whether or not they're going to, in fact, use this as motivation to do and be better is up to them. We're only channeling the energies that they are thinking and feeling about you right now. Who knows what will come from this? That part's up to them. But right now, they can't feel you. Hence the obsession. All they got is a conspiracy theory. But they do watch you more than you know. Somehow or other. Or they're trying. They're researching, maybe asking about you. It's a lot. Can we get any action? No, I'm hearing. I think this person is going to decide what they will do. And you're not going to know about it. I think it's meant to be a complete shock and surprise to you. I think that's what it is. Oh no, pile 3, I'm sorry. Let's actually see, is there anything that they want to tell pile 3? I did hear yes, but I also simultaneously heard a no. So maybe there's a specific deck. Is it a yes here? Yes. Okay, so the Hidden Truth Oracle came out. Let's just get a few final closing statements, whatever it is that you need to hear. Because honestly, I do really want to dive into like the action that this person would or would not take. But I think, again, I think they got to step out of obsession. You broke the pattern. Someone stepping away broke the pattern. That is for sure. I think it rattled them. And they're putting in the work. They're also having some like hard nights or whatever. Honestly, I don't want to say good, but like good, okay? Like sometimes we all need a little bit of a wake-up call. We need to reach those depths in order to reach new heights, right? Like that's the point of breaking through. But oh boy, do they miss you, and they're fantasizing about you, and they do love you. They're watching you. You are on their mind. But they feel disconnected from you entirely. They can't feel you. They can't sense you. They used to. Not anymore. All right. Let's get those final messages. What does their person want to say? I want you, and I'm starting to understand our connection. Yeah, this is a lovely confirmation here. I'm hearing one more, 2. Wonder if you're happy without me. We'll be together again. I mean, if that doesn't confirm it enough. And I think it might come as a shock to you, Pile 3, how much this person still wants you. The impact of this breakup in a positive sense. They do, yeah, maybe. I think they're trying to find out if there's still something there, if you're leaving clues for them or something. Just like every single time they look up on your page, like it makes them nauseous, and or you'll be nauseous to know how much they are watching you no matter what. But if they're blocked, they're going within, they're going deeper within to try to connect to you. Pile 3, that is crazy. And again, whatever blockages that you guys have, from the point of me recording this for y'all, channeling this particular timeline for this particular group of people, if you're still here 37 minutes into this reading, you guys are going to get back together. Whatever blockage it's I think this person's going to actively remove them. Actionably. Now, I don't want to instill any false hope or horror. I don't know. This obsessive energy is a little concerning to me, but again, maybe it's something very cute. I don't know. For me, people who don't action on their thoughts to this extent, like it's, how much are you willing to live your life in your head than you are in this realm with this opportunity of this life that you have, right? Like that to me, it's, especially when it has to do with me. I don't know. I hope this person can prove to you, Pile 3, that, well, that they can make it up to you and that they're going to be true and not take you for granted and everything, you know, love on you and everything. But they do miss you a lot. Probably cry themselves to sleep again, like I said. Yep, nose itch on that. Anyone who doesn't know when my nose itches, there's at least one person in here that has a deep resonance with that. It's one of my little intuitive tics. Nevertheless, I did hear my snaps. So fam, this is your reading, Pile 3, okay? I hope it helped and offered you clarity wherever it was meant to. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you are interested in tuning into another pile, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, I do hope to see you in another video. And yeah, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Yeah, protect yourself. Be smart. Stay open, I guess. And good luck. Pile 3, this seems like a very interesting sticky situation. Abstract, yeah, very much. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Love you guys. Thank you again so much. See you soon. Peace. Hello. If you chose Pile 4 or the Fountain Tarot, I am sensing that you and or your person have each other on your minds. I think that this is, in fact, a secret type of connection. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. It's just between me and you, Pile 4. Could be prominent air signs in your chart, in their chart. And or, again, there's a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of imagination. There's a lot of wanting to forget, and yet simultaneously very curious. And I think that this is a connection that has to be kept a secret for some reason. I'm picking up here. We're going to dive into more of what this is. Let's go into the energy between y'all. This will help piece some sort of confirmations that this is in fact your reading. Take, of course, what is for you. If you want something precise and concise, KNMWitchery.com is the only place you could ever book with me, all right? So, starting off with the first clue, the used hybrid. Okay, I think this is a blast from the past. That's for sure. conflict. Okay, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. What else? Let's get the full picture before we really dive in. All right. Ooh, how are you? You there? Someone's being left on red. Messages are also conflicting each other. We got the conspiracy theorist. Some assumptions could be made at this time. You don't really know. There isn't a full truth. There's only a one-sided story here. We do have the landlord, okay. Devil energy in here. Capricorn energy is pretty prominent. That I feel was confirmed here with the credit cards. For some reason I want to keep that, but move away everything else. Actually, no, I heard. You want all of these? Yes. Okay. So we have the revolving door. We have the 25-hour power. And we have the ghost. All right, so I would say maybe temptation had been in the way. Someone was maybe investing more into things that, well, weren't necessarily here to stay with that revolving door. Someone maybe gave into their own, This definitely feels like someone who perhaps maybe likes to party and or overwork just to keep repeating that type of cycle. Someone that maybe can't remain fully committed here. When it came to your connection, something randomly changed. It's like, I think someone, maybe you can be the person who tossed the other one aside, okay? So please just take it as is, because like who broke up with who left who goes to who will range per everyone in here. But it's like someone just tossed the other person aside. Like just forgotten, just to perhaps maybe, I don't know, get a new make and model of some kind. And yet I picked up some very interesting energies. At the start here, there is something secretive. So if this is the current energy between y'all, from the outside looking in, we're creating assumptions here. Someone was left on red. Maybe someone was randomly blocked. And upon that blocking, the other began to splurge. There's background noise. My dog's barking. Ignore her. But there is some sort of conflict. It's like some sort of like random interruption. It came out of nowhere, I'm hearing. I feel like someone felt like they got played. Deception came out, yeah. Please drop a like and a comment if this is resonating so far. The vomiting Cupid. But see, the controller's disconnected. I was going to say you're getting played, but the controller's disconnected. Someone removed themselves from the game, and it left the other. Honestly, I feel like one or both of you are like going through withdrawals. From each other, I mean. It's very interesting. The reaction to, I'm going to very well assume that y'all are in separation here, pile 4. It would be very interesting if you're not, or if so, like very minimal conversation. I mean, both of you are in avoidance. And I'm not just talking about like those attachment styles or anything, right? You're both avoiding each other at this point because the person who also got ghosted disconnected themselves. Again, the game is no longer being played. One or both of you are indulging in avoidant acts. Again, either overworking or overpartying or everything. I don't know. With that landlord here, that is that devil energy, right? Giving into temptations. Maybe they're going on a bunch of dates. We're going to keep this rated PG for now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And yet staying up through the night, thinking about you, toking one smoke after the other. This could be, of course, metaphorical if they're not smokers, but you could substitute that for a different substance as well. It's interesting because with this, I'm hearing like I want to change. But someone is only really getting deeper into a lot of this energy. This situation between y'all, I think, you know what? Yes. Liar. Okay. I'm thinking that someone has had enough of the revolving door in their life. They're tired. They're growing exhausted. Okay. They're going broke. This came out in reverse, mind you. Okay. This is upright. It came out in reverse. They're overexpended. The glow up, I think you need to know that they only look good on the outside based on what it is that they're choosing to show, but it is nothing but deception. How it is that they feel on the inside, they're exhausted. They're tired. They're tired of running. They're looped into whatever bad habit this is. I do think that this person can be a player. They can just be making poor decisions for themselves at this old age. But it's nothing but a distraction. Because for some reason, the both of y'all's thoughts come back to each other. Is it like a trauma bond? Let's find out. I really want to tap into person A and person B now. Should I just like load a bunch of cards on top of each other? I don't know. I guess not, since we're clearing the slate. I have a secret to tell you, Pile 4. You guys are actually the first deck that I'm reading. I'm reading it backwards. Starting from Pile 4 to Pile 1 for some odd reason. But it might actually have something to do with y'all's energy too. It's like you think that you guys are choosing each other last and yet you're the first. But you wouldn't have known that unless I told you. There's something very secretive. There's a reason why poor habits are being repeated. And it's because one or both of you, I'm sensing that like whoever's tuning in, you may not be, out there, but you can very well still be like self-shaming and spiraling and keeping your bad habits like to yourself. I don't know. One, I think, is a little bit more extroverted about whatever this is. I'm hoping that what I'm saying right now is making some sense. But anyways, let's just dive into person A. Okay, now this could be you or this could be your person. But I just want to at least get some more insight about who this is. Okay, so this is all in reverse. My bad. Yeah, Spirit was saying like reverse this. It's because all of my... Okay. 8 of Cups. This person A. 9 of Wands. Oh, I heard keep this. Okay, no problem. Person A. I heard that's enough. Okay, cool. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot for person B. Tell me about person B, please. Person B. Am I also... Why? See, they both started in reverse. Very interesting. That, like, never happens. Anyways. Interesting. We'll dive into it in a second. Whatever is on the bottom here really wants out. Okay. Okay. Person A, person B. You might see yourself in one of these, or they might just explain one person in here. Just take what is for you. Remember, this is only a general reading, okay? Hopefully it's all making sense for you. My nose is itching, so that means at least one of y'all are gonna have some sort of resonance here. Let's go. All right, let's talk about person A. This is, there is a question of what it is that they're resisting. This is someone, person A is wondering about this connection in a way through a lens of whether or not they are resisting or they should block or should welcome back. There is a shoulda, woulda, coulda question here. Now, with the Nine of Wands coming out sideways, this is a choice, right? Now, to me, as an intuitive reader, the Nine of Wands is a great resistance, okay? It's a boundary set, but it's also like an exhaustion. You're leading up to a point where you got to begin to start tipping the scales and change something entirely, so you're not always winding up feeling exhausted and burnt out and such, right? But right now there's this resistance. There's something coming in. Maybe the offer was from person B. We're going to really dive in even deeper, but person A just might very well be thinking right now whether this connection is in fact worth it, because here's the thing. Person A has a really difficult time walking away and disconnecting from person B. And that is the secret that no one will know, honestly. I feel like both of y'all are in secret, but we'll talk about person B in a hot second. Person A is also someone whom is very spiritually enlightened and has no problem sharing that, more so publicly, loudly, right? We got the Knight of Swords, but he's on a dirt bike, right? Like, it's just obnoxious. This can be someone who, even if not on like a public scale, like whoever person A is, like when you meet them, talk to them, spend time with them, it comes back down to like such wisdom in their gab. You know, this is just a very spiritually heightened person. And so person A, being one that I believe holds a lot of self-awareness that they are willing to sit with, is in a position of peace, of self-acknowledgement, even like of that secret. I don't know. I think person A, you tried to walk away. I think this is you tuning in, but I mean, I could be wrong, right? For the most of y'all, generally speaking, I think my viewers in pile 4 are leaning into person A, but nonetheless, there is a difficult time to move away, to walk away. There's always a, well, maybe this time it could be different, or why is it that I'm always pulled to this person? There is such a deep knowing that, like, you're not in limerence necessarily. I mean, you could be, okay, take this as a grain of salt. You know better than I do. If you have been, by the way, watching nothing but like tarot readings and stuff, please take this as a sign to disconnect, okay? If things fall into your lap and you want to watch it out of curiosity because you get pulled to one specific reading, that is different. If you are constantly searching, disconnect. Okay, because it's feeding limerence, that's feeding a rumination, that it takes you out of the present moment, okay, and it doesn't help anybody, believe that. Anyways, that aside, whoever needed to click away, clicked away by now. Pile 4, person A, I think is coming to the realization that this is a connection that is more difficult to walk away from, no matter what it is that they do. And no one knows right now except for person A. Again, I keep hearing shh. It's like a secret. Y'all probably are not even gonna like this post. You're going to, as if you were never here. Probably delete it from your history even. That's how big of a secret this connection is. Now, what's interesting is I think both of y'all are feeling it. Person B has temperance here with the Hermit. They're receiving all of the downloads. they don't want to be alone. Person B is the one who doesn't want to be alone. They keep avoiding, I believe, themselves, because when they are alone, sadness creeps in. Every single person is leaning and moving away from person A. Like, they're not facing person A, right? They're facing away. They're facing down. Person B, maybe because person A seems very spiritually heightened, for example, energetically, person B can feel this energy even more prominently, okay? But moreover, temperance, this is divine intervention. That person B has the choice whether or not to accept in or to deny entirely. But every single time that they are alone, they find themselves thinking about person A. Just the same. Person A and person B cannot get each other off their minds, okay? Here's the thing. Person B, if I could guess, based on like the overview and the energy between y'all, person B is the one that dives into more escapism, perhaps maybe has a bunch of partners on rotation, is on some sort of, I don't know, binge, right? Whether it's workaholic, whether it's alcoholic, whether it's whatever, right? They're in constant self-battle. They're fighting themselves here with this Five of Wands. There's internal conflict that they are, I think, refusing to change. No matter how loud spirit gets, no matter how aligned, I don't know if this person, what is it that they're fearing here? I don't know. This was giving Five of Swords energy, but it's the Nine of Swords, right? Like, there is resistance that you guys are both feeling, and I think you're mirroring that onto each other in different ways. And the difference of the way is based solely on your willingness to sit with the discomfort that is this connection. But you know what? I need to get another deck in here. I want to know if this is a healthy connection or if this is an unhealthy connection. And by that I mean for your greatest good. I'm getting pulled to the Unfolding Path Tarot to answer this question. I really just need to know, because the rest of this reading might have a different tone based on what this is. So well, we have the Six of Swords. From here, I'm reading that both of y'all are not ready to walk away. There is some sort of happiness here. There is a trust. There is a cute little puppy in there foretelling friendship, ease. You're looking back. This does not answer the question. And I think that is the conundrum that y'all are both in. See, it's interesting because I'm blocked from actually obtaining more for you guys to learn if this is healthy or not. That's the choice. It's whether or not both of you are willing to make the healthiest choices, not just for yourselves, but for each other, in order for something like this to work out between you. Evidently, just based on the current energy between y'all, okay, let's just ground right back into that. Someone, my guess is person B, is allowing themselves to spiral and make decisions and choices that don't align with the lifestyle that person A holds. Person A could have been the one that was disconnected and out of the game, no matter how much you wanted to entertain it. And yet, something keeps pulling you guys in together. This can be I heard coming home. Interesting. Coming home. See, like, it feels very freaking toxic from the outside. I can understand why you guys are tuning in to this reading, trying to find some sort of something. Yeah, bottom of the deck here is the Ace of Cups. There is a lot of love here from what's on the bottom of the deck here. We got the Two of Pentacles, right? So we got person A debating constantly, 6, 7, and then we have person B that takes these two energies and puts them into one. Yay. Notice how everyone is facing this way. Whoa, okay, dramatic. Well, whatever's coming through really wants to be heard, I'll tell you that much. So let's start diving into what your person truly thinks and feels about you. How for? I'm awfully curious myself, because it seems like a very complicated situation between you, but nonetheless, raw, real, unfiltered thoughts. Yes. Temperance comes out. We got the Knight of Coins. We got the Sun. I'm hearing no to this. Okay. We got the Two of Coins. We got the Six of Wands. We have the Moon. Oh, I'm hearing leave that. Okay. Yeah, the Hierophant fell on top of the Six of Wands and the Moon. We have the Two of Wands with the Fountain. I am hearing expand. Okay, so we're going to add more to this. To the top, we got the Empress. Bottom, we have the Star. Do I shuffle yes or no? No. Bottom, Nine of Coins. Okay. You'll see this all right. Whatever. Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. Based on their higher self, okay? Temperance leading the party here. Again, assuming that the person that you are tapping into today, Pile 4, was person B. They adore you. They too are constantly going back and forth. There is a split between who it is. There's a cognitive dissonance. That's what it is. There's a split between who it is that they are, who it is that they want to be, how it is that they want to be good enough for you. Do they have enough for you? Can they give you more? And yet, what's really lovely is, should you, nudge nudge person A tuning in, be the type that shares their wisdom, using that Knight of Swords energy that we saw. Person B, this person takes in everything, and it actually feeds towards their success in such an unconscious way that they don't actually realize that it was you that has been consistently helping them along their way. Sorry for keeping the camera moving all the time. I feel like whatever happened between y'all, I feel like someone stepped away from the other, and it completely shook. It shook reality. It made this person spiral. You were moving yourself. You were like, I am not participating in this. This is getting very specific right now. So I think a lot of people also clicked away. If you are still here, Pile 4, please give this a like. A secret little like. So it'd really help get these messages along. This is a very rare type of connection, but only because you guys are making it so. I think a lot of that is based on what this person will choose to do or not towards you, which we can dive into. Any actions that they would take. Yeah, we'll do that. But before we get there, you're like their North Star. You are the thing that they look up to. You light up their life. You are their secret joy. Oh my goodness. It's like only you can make them feel alive. And you taking away your energy, however which way that resonates to your personal story, it shook them. And yet, I think that the biggest battle that they had been going through, and like the cause for any sort of temptation spirals, is because they can't separate from you. There could be literal separation between you two. Maybe you haven't even talked in years for some reason. This connection just keeps living in both of y'all's unconscious. I gotta feel. Yeah, if you want something precise and concise just for you, kateandwitchery.com. My intention is never to feed any sort of limerence or romantic delusions. Please disconnect from these tarot readings if you find yourself spiraling yourself. I'm sorry I have to keep saying that in this reading, but something keeps coming up of like, there's like the spiritual obsession with wanting to understand what this connection is, because no matter how much one spirals, no matter how much the other heals, and or vice versa, no matter how one heals to spirals, you guys are a constant battle. This person thinks of you as someone very independent, someone who trusts their intuition, someone who is creating beauty in this world. They're mesmerized. It's very interesting because these are messages from their higher self about you, more so, right, Pal 4? But even in the midst of their poor decision making, one may judge and say, right? When you're like constantly partying or sharing your body or intoxicated, these aren't healthy habits, right? But even despite that, there's something underlining their success that always kind of leads back to you. And them not having you causes more of the spiral, but them having you as well requires them to confront these things that they're just battling constantly. It's very interesting how deep this connection goes. So it makes sense that there's like this secretive something. I'm looking around to see what other decks I am being pulled to ask the question, what will they do next? What's their action? Do they have an action? Still looking around. Ding, ding, ding. All right, so I got pulled to the Transient Light Tarot. Let's see. Let's see. What is this person's action? Is this upset? Wow. Wow. Okay. So, we have the 8 of Swords. Person's actions towards pile 4. Something flipped. Where are you? Keeper of Wands. I heard no. Interesting. Okay. What's the no for, actually? Because now I'm just curious what that was. Whoop. I'm going to keep this as a choice. No, we're going to keep this as this. Oh, it wants it like that. Interesting. Okay. Well, those two cards are going to love on each other a little bit. Because here's the thing, right? I think this person is afraid of the transformation that they are required to take. I also believe that this person believes that a lot of the transformation that they need to take in order to even be able to present whatever offer to you is all financial in their opinions. They think they need to be hella secure, whatever it is that they build. This could also be like their physical body as well. It's not always just monetary, right? Like security, it's strength, it's being very grounded. Also very emotionally too, right? In order to have a very healthy physical, it's like this person wants to kind of like be your rock. But they're afraid that they'll fall short from doing that, that they won't be able to actually give you the stability emotionally, financially, physically, etc., 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 that they believe that you deserve. They don't know if they'll be able to give it to you. They don't know if they could undergo enough of that transformation to be able to do that. So right now, I'm going to say that they're not really going to action much other than they're just going to think about you and use that as motivation. I believe the Keeper of Wands, is that the Queen or the King in this deck? My bad. Let me actually just confirm that, okay? Let's just find out what random. Hello, give me Keeper. Okay, so it is the Queen. Yeah. Okay, and this is going to be now your choice here, pile 4, but like you can completely block and remove yourself from this person, but energetically they're just going to keep kind of like drinking from you, not in like an energetic vampire-y kind of way, but in a way that motivates them to work whatever this energy was out. Okay, and I just want you to know as well, pile 4, this might be a little bit of a tough pill to swallow, but like they might always remain here. Their fear of never being adequate and stable enough might be something that they will carry for the rest of their life, okay? It's your choice whether you're going to sit here and wait for them, okay? I know that this reading here completely contradicts the energies that we had pulled out based on your current circumstance, okay? The initial reading, right? Everything that we had gone through in that first reading, deception, lies, ghosting, I mean the revolving door, right? We got the devil energy high on here. It's completely contradicting this. I think intuitively, pile 4, you know you're picking up their true feelings for you. I think that's what's keeping you kind of stuck, because we didn't dive into how you're feeling about them and stuff, right? But I think the energy speaks loud enough. The fact that you're here tuning in. What was the no to? The Champion of Vessels. This is the Knight of Cups. The Page of Cups. And the King of Coins. Currently, the no is them putting in some of that more emotional work. To go from the Knight to swoop down to an emotional level and start from the ground up, they're denying right now. At the point of me recording this, this energy can change tomorrow. They can suddenly decide tomorrow to be this King of Coins energy and not even stress about providing you with that 10. But right now they are stressing, okay? They could be keeping them up at night. It's very interesting because them not having you is like a weird motivator. How for? It motivates them to be better. It's like you're like, I don't want to just call you like a trophy, like you're just like an item to them, because I really don't feel that. I don't. But I do think that you are very high on this person's pedestal. I think whatever it is, especially like spiritually and like what you create, we have a lot of creative energy here with the Empress, with that 9 of coins, right? Like you are smart, you're intelligent, you get stuff done, you're so intuitive, you're so, like, I'm hearing feminine, okay? Now, of course, roles exchange them as needed, because of course anyone could be tuning in. It's just generally what I'm picking up here is whatever creative force you are building from that is especially tied to some sort of, I'm hearing like multi-generational wisdom. Like you come with like this deep knowing to spirit, and it's feeding their success. It's feeding their will and desire to be a better person. And yet for some reason, they're still blocking themselves and choosing to spiral for not having you. And they just don't want to do the emotional intuitive work for themselves. However it is that resonates for them, I don't know. I don't even think they know themselves. Like, I would dive into this energy a little bit deeper too, but they don't even know themselves. Is there anything else that they want you to know? I'm hearing yes. I'm getting pulled to the Love Oracle cards. All right, what would they tell you then? What does pile 4's person? I'm hearing nope. We're going to keep on shuffling, okay? What do they want to tell you? Just flip out, please, for me. Be very obvious with what you want to say. What do you want to tell pile number 4? What? Okay, that was very obvious. The snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Okay. We have mask. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. What else? What do they want to say? Abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude, bliss. Okay. You know what this is giving me? I'm not good enough for you. You deserve better than what it is that I can give you. I want you to be happy even if it's not with me. This person, I think they are putting you in competition, not even necessarily with other people, although of course that could be the case, right? Like they could be very promiscuous. I mean, whatever. But they're who it is that they are right now, the mask that they're wearing right now is not who it is that they are required to be in order to be in your good graces, to give you everything. They honestly, they want to tell you that they're not good for you right now. That's their true belief. It's not exactly the way that I'm sure you wanted to end off this reading, right? But you got to trust the actions as they are speaking, right? Like, actions speak so much louder than words. Use the truth based on how he or she, they are choosing to treat you as the truth. Use that truth is what I'm saying. Because all of these underlining thoughts, as beautiful as they are, they can daydream about you. You could be the perfect partner. You are happy-go-lucky, and yet they will still wear this mask. They are fighting themselves. That to me is not worth keeping on to, personally. I can just interject my own opinion on here. But alas, you're good. Pile 4, that's all I gotta say. I mean, you seem to be in a beautiful, bright energy, and they just, for whatever reason, believe that they are like the devil compared to your angelness, you know? And that's just their perception of you. Like, they genuinely think like you're an angel. Like, straight up, you are something from the heavens, just brought down on earth, and they're just the devil. Like, boo-hoo. What? They just don't want to like feel some emotions and process that properly in order to actually stabilize themselves. Like, they're too afraid to work through that. So they end up demonizing themselves and blocking themselves from obtaining potential true happiness with you too. I mean, that to me, that doesn't sound like someone I would personally want to be in a commitment with. So what's got to give? You know, Pile 4, like, what are you willing to accept from this person? Because right now, the only thing that they're willing to accept from themselves is this delusion that they are only worth whatever revolving door, bad, toxic cycles they have put themselves into. I think they're addicted to a lifestyle that has gotten very comfortable. And for what it's worth, I hope that they get out of it. Because their only competition at this point is themselves, it feels like. And in turn, it feels like they're putting you in competition with their work, with other people, with their friends, with other anything. That's not fair to you. And yet they're actively not showing you how much they love you and how much gratitude they have towards you. That's weird energy. That's weird. I did hear my snaps, yo. When I hear my snaps, for those who are new, that means it's done. Yeah, Spirit's cutting this off. Listen, check out any other pile if you are pulled to it. This was not the ending I was hoping to have, but alas, we keep it real here. I can't, I'm witchery. So yeah, let me know if and how this resonated. Or you can DM me privately if you wish. I guess over on like Instagram or on TikTok, however it is that you find me. And the links down below is fine too. I just want to know, even though a lot of y'all, again, are keeping this secret. You guys are both keeping it secretive. Maybe that's something that you also gotta like look into too. I don't know. Either way, y'all, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I do hope that this offered something towards whatever your story is in the making. You just keep on shining, Pile 4, because you're illuminating a lot of people's way, even if they are battling themselves. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe that's all you really need to gather from this, you know? I don't know. Anyways, there's no positives else spin I could put, so thank you so much again. I hope to see you in another pile, if not yet another video. And yeah, love, love. Thank you, thank you. Bye.